Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Mary and welcome to another Craft Day Wednesday, where every Wednesday I post a new video. In today's video, I am going to be using the house in a different project that I made in Monday's video. Y'all remember the house that we made here? I added a few minor details to the house just to make it suitable for what I'm going to be doing with it. And I'm also going to be using this piece of styrofoam that I have here. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I did to the house. Now, in Monday's video, when I made the cardboard house, I was debating on if I wanted to paint the blinds and the trimmings white, and I did. I went ahead and painted that white. Also, I found that my house was a little bit on the short side of what I wanted to do with it, so I went ahead and added another border on the bottom just to give it a little bit of height, to make it a little bit taller, and I added steps. That's the only difference that I did, and I've already have a tutorial up on the houses that I make when I add steps, so there's that. And the other things that you're going to be using to finish up this project is we're going to be using a piece of cardboard. You're going to need some wooden skinny sticks, some standard popsicle sticks. I got this I want to say pillow fluff. That's what I call it. You're going to need that. Yeah, and I am going to be using my miniature Christmas trees that I have here. And I went and got me some sticks. I went and picked up some little sticks that you see here out of my yard, because I am going to be using this also. And we're going to need a little piece of twine. So I am going to go ahead also. You're going to be needing wood glue or any kind of glue that you have on hand, hot glue gun, and glue sticks. So again, I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera down so we can just get into the video. So the first thing as you can see, I took my styrofoam block that I had, and I went ahead and glued it onto a piece of wood to just make it a little more stronger. Also, I took my styrofoam and I went ahead and cut out a little piece here. And I'll tell you why I did that. This is going to be my pond that I'm going to have my bridge going over. But before I do any of that, we're going to go ahead and pick a spot where we want to glue our house. So I'm going to glue it back a little way. So I'm going to take my glue stick or my glue gun, and we're going to go ahead and glue stuff in place. So I'm just going to go ahead and see where I want to put my house. And I think I'm going to put it about right here. Just push it back a bit. And I'm going to go ahead and glue this in place. So I'm going to take my glue gun. So we took in our glue gun. And we're just going to add some hot glue right around the edge, just like this. And I'm going to go ahead and set this back a little bit. So this is what it's looking like. So we're going to put this here. And now I'm going to go ahead and take my little trees that I have here. I'm going to turn it this way. I have two trees. I think I need to turn this around so I can see about where I want to put it. So I'm going to put one tree right here. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right there. And I'm just going to go ahead and stick my tree right down in there. So this is what it's looking like. And I'm going to take my other tree and I'm going to put it on this side. So I'm going to go ahead and this spot right here, we're just going to put some hot glue. And I went ahead and pulled the ends of the tree off because I'm just going to stick that right down off in here. So this is what it looks like. I'm going to turn this back around so I can adjust the trees a bit. Now what I'm going to do, I am going to take my plastic and I am just going to go ahead. I'm going to see if I can. Okay, so I'm just going to put a little bit of hot glue right through here. I'm going to take my plastic and I am going to just stick this in here. And this is going to be my pond. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just glue this down in here. So I have my plastic glued here. I'll hold this up so y'all can see it a little better. So it's glued right here. And now I'm going to take my other piece of clear plastic and I'm just going to trim this up a bit. And I'm just going to cut off what I don't use. So I'm just going to take this. So what I'm going to do is take my hot glue gun and we're just going to take this and we're going to take our glue gun and we're just going to take our glue gun and we're just going to drag this on the plastic. And this is just going to make our, this is what our, is going to make our little pond. So I'm just going to continue dragging this on the plastic. So this is what we have so far, and you're just going to continue to just drag your gun and fill in the little spots. And if you get glue on your desk, it's fine. When it dries, it scrapes right off. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue to add some hot glue. And like I mentioned before, this is going to be my pond. So I'm just going to continue to drag. So we're just going to continue to just add a little hot glue. Now, while parts of this is still wet, I am going to take my blue glitter and I'm just going to go ahead and sprinkle a little bit of this glitter right down on my table. And then I'm going to go in with a bit of the clear glitter. And we're just going to sprinkle a little bit of that. Once again, we're going to go in with this our hot glue. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to glue that. So I'm going to get rid of this. We're going to go ahead and take this and we're just going to go ahead and glue this right down in our pond. So we're just going ahead and gluing this right down in here. So I'm just going to hold this here and I'm just going to push this in and we're going to trim off any extra that we need to. So this is what it's looking like. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little bit of hot glue right through there. I'm going to hold that there. Going to put a little bit hot glue down through here just to make sure everything is nice and secured before we cut. Hold it for a bit, let that dry. And I'm going to come down here and we're just going to put some more hot glue right down through here. Hold that. Now we're going to take our scissors And we're just going to trim this up a bit. So I'm going to turn this way. And I'm going to go ahead and stay as close as I can to the end. And we're just going to go around. And we're just going to cut off that extra. I'm going to say that because I could use that for something else. I'm going to turn this way so I can trim this a little bit. Put a little more hot glue right down through here. Gonna go ahead, trim up this, touch up the bottom a bit. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just take my glue gun and just put a little more of the hot glue right on top of this clear plastic. And like I mentioned, this is going to be our pond. And when I get this all glued in, I am going to go ahead and sprinkle on a little more of that blue glitter. Mostly because I like the way that it looks on here when it's, I don't know, I just like the glittery shimmer that it gives off. Gonna go in again with my blue, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just sprinkle that down off in through here. And this is what it's looking like. And now I'm gonna take the pieces of this blue, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue these little pieces in place because we don't throw away anything. We're going to use everything. So I'm going to put a little bit of that hot glue right on the back of here. Going to go ahead, stick this down here like that. And we're going to take this last piece that we have here. Going to reload my glue stick, my glue gun, sorry. And then we're going to go ahead, take some of that, this glue that's on the back. We're going to go ahead and put this right here. Add a little bit of hot glue right through here. Very carefully push that down. Don't burn yourself. And I'm going to scrape up this little bit. And this is what our pond is looking like. So now we're going to make a bridge. And I have one here, and I'll show you what I did. So what I did was I took a flexible piece of cardboard that I could bend in shape. Let's move this out the way. That I can bend in shape. And then I took pieces of popsicle stick that we have here, and I basically just glued those right down on top, and that's how I made my bridge. So I'm going to bring this back, and I think I'm going to put this like this. So I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue right here on this end, and we're going to put some hot glue right on this end. Don't put it all over. You don't need to glue it all over. And we're just going to go ahead and stick this down just like this. Hold that there. Let that dry. And this is what we have so far. Now, I am going to bring in my little skinny sticks that I already went ahead and cut and pasted. And we're going to go ahead and put these on the bridge. So you're going to put a little bit on the end, and you're just going to hold that, let it dry. So basically what we're doing is we're going to put our little sticks on the ends of our, just like that. I'm going to turn this so I can see it. And we're just going to stick that right here. So this is what it looks like so far. And now we're going to go ahead and take the rest. And we're just going to randomly stick them in throughout the bridge. And I'm just going to do one more. About there. Whoops. So this is what it looks like from the side. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my other ones in to try to match up. And we're going to do one more. And this is what it looks like. So now I want to take that little piece of twine that we have here, and I am just going to go ahead and put this across the bridge just like this. So I'm going to go ahead, put some hot glue on each one of the little wooden posts that we just put in. See, there we go. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little twine and we're just going to go ahead and make our little rope bridge. I'm going to cut off the extra, and we're going to go ahead and do the same thing over here. So we're going to put a little bit of hot glue. So I'm just going to go in and just glue this in place. Cut off the extra. And we have our little bridge that's going across our little water pond, or our pond, or however you want to call it. So there we have that. Now what we're going to do is, I think I want to do like a little fence. And I have my, I already did a tutorial on how I made my little fence. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of put a couple in here. Like, I'm going to turn it this way, and then we're just going to go ahead and I'm just going to space them out. So let's move this out the way and bring these. So I'm going to go ahead, I think we're going to do 3 on each side. So we have 3 here. And I'm going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue on. Just going to stick this right down on top. Spread that out. You're going to do the same thing to the other one. Going to put 3 dots of glue. Going Gonna go ahead and stick that right here. And I'm gonna do the same thing to the other ones. So we have 3 sticks here. Grab your little gonna put some hot glue on, and we're just gonna stick it right at the top. And we're gonna go ahead, take another one, and we're just gonna stick this right down at the bottom. I'm just going to try to stick that on just like this. And now we have our little fence. I'm just peeling off some of that glue. So we have our 2 fences here, and I am just going to go ahead, put a little bit of hot glue right down on top, and I'm going to put a good amount, and I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to put this one here. So there's that one, and I'm going to take this one and I'm going to put this one. So let's turn that here. I'm going to put this one here. So it's like this. And I'm going to put some, little bit of, I'm going to cut this little piece off just a bit. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stick this one right here. So we're going to grab some hot glue. So we're going to put some hot glue right there. And then we're just going to go ahead and stick this one here. Hold that here a bit. Allow that to dry. And this is what we have so far. So now what we're going to do is I am going to take some wood glue and we're going to put it all over the base, and then we're going to put our fake snow down. So I'm going to grab my wood glue. Well, maybe I can get the lid to come off. So I can't get that off. So I'm going to go ahead and take my wood glue and I'm just going to pour some on here. And we're just going to take our stick and we're just going to smear this glue all the way around. And you can even smooth this with your finger because the whole thing is going to be covered in snow. So I'm going to grab, so basically all I'm doing right now is I'm just going to go ahead and cover this whole base in wood glue because this whole thing is getting ready to have some of that flex snow dumped right on it. So I am just going to go in and I'm just going to continue to spread this throughout. So now we have our whole house, our whole area covered with wood glue, and I chose wood glue because I wanted something for my my snow to bond to, and it bonds really well with glue. So now we're going to go ahead and just sprinkle some of this snow, and we're going to bump off the extra. So all I'm doing now is just adding this snow all the way around. And it's going to get messy, but that's okay. Part of crafting is making a mess. And I don't mind a little bit of a mess. So let's just going to go ahead and add this little bit of snow all the way around. Gonna put a little bit up through here. And we're just gonna put a little bit down through here. And now I'm gonna take my hand and I'm just gonna press down. And this is just gonna help the snow stick. And if some of the snow gets off in the pond, that's okay. It happens. I got a little bit that I missed right there. And now I'm going to grab my stick and I'm going to put a little bit of that right on top of my steps just to make it look a little more realistic. So yeah, we're just going to put a little bit of snow on the steps. I'm going to go ahead, push that in place. And now I'm just going to and just bump all the extra snow off. And this is what we're ending up with. I'm going to go ahead and just rake this out of my way because we're almost done. And we're just going to go ahead and we're not going to waste anything. We're just going to rake this right back off into the bag. Set that there. Gonna clean off my hands. Okay, so this is what we have. This is what it's looking like. I'm going to turn this back up a bit. So I have these little sticks that I went and picked up out of my yard. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 3 of them, put a little bit of hot glue right there on them, stick them together, add a little more hot glue on the other side. And now I'm going to take these 2 and put them, going to go ahead and put these up like this. So we're going to put a hot glue right across here. So we have our little logs like this. So this is what we have. I took my wooden sticks that I got out of my yard and I glued them together. And now we're going to bring our little house back. And I'm just going to set this wood right here. That looked like a good place for it. So, once again, you're going to go in with a good amount of hot glue. We're going to go ahead and set this right there. On there. I'm going to take that little bit of that wood glue and I'm just going to dap it on a bit. Grab a little bit of that snow, and we're just going to cover our logs with a little snow. So this is what it's looking like. Now, the last thing that I want to do is take my pillow fluff that I have here, and I want to make smoke coming out of the chimney. So I'm just taking a little here, going to put a little bit of hot glue right down off in here, and we're going to go ahead and pop this in here just like that. And you don't want to do too much. So there's your smoke coming out of our chimney, and we are done. This is it. I'm going to go ahead and turn my camera back up so y'all can see me. So yeah, here it is. Here is our finished house. If you like this video, please give me a like and a thumbs up. Please feel free to share this video with your family and friends. If you are not already subscribed, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I would love for you to become part of my YouTube family. And with that being said, thank you so much for taking the time out to watch my video. That really means a lot. And I hope you all have a nice day. Bye.